They show you the cars, the mansions, the private jets, but they don't show you the years of sacrifice, the discipline, the pain. Because here's the truth, millionaires aren't made by luck. They're made by what they're willing to give up. So the real question is, are you willing to pay the price? Let's talk about it. Discipline is doing what you have to do, even when you don't feel like it. You see, success ain't about what you do when you're motivated. It's about what you do when you're tired, when nobody's watching, when the applause is gone. Millionaires don't wake up every day feeling inspired. No, they wake up and get to work. Discipline is the bridge between dreams and reality. Look, everybody wants success. Everybody wants to reach their dreams. But let me tell you something, your dreams don't care how you feel. You see, discipline isn't about waiting until you feel good to take action. It's about getting up, showing up, and doing the work no matter what. It's about pushing through the days when you don't feel motivated, because let's be real, motivation is temporary. It comes and goes like the wind. But discipline, that's what separates the winners from the dreamers. When that alarm clock rings at 5 a.m., you have two choices. Hit snooze, roll over, and promise yourself tomorrow, or get up, put your feet on the ground, and attack the day. Because guess what? The world doesn't wait for you to feel ready. Success doesn't knock on your door and say, hey, today's a perfect day for you to start. No, it belongs to the ones who take action, even when they're tired, even when they're frustrated, even when they don't feel like it. Think about the greatest athletes, the most successful entrepreneurs, the legends we admire. You think they woke up every day feeling inspired? No. But they showed up anyway. They put in the extra hours when no one was watching. They went to the gym when their bodies ached. They studied when their friends were out partying. That's discipline. And here's where it applies to you. Maybe you've been telling yourself, I'll start my business when I have more time, or I'll get in shape when I feel motivated. Stop waiting. Start now. Even if it's small, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it feels like no progress is happening, because discipline is a muscle, you build it by using it. And the more you push yourself to do the hard things, the things you don't feel like doing, the easier it gets. One day you'll look back and realize that all those little efforts, the early mornings, the extra reps, the quiet nights grinding while everyone else was relaxing, that's what built your success. So when the excuses creep in, when the laziness tries to take over, remember this. Motivation is a feeling. Discipline is a decision. And every day you have the power to make that decision. Now go make it. Sacrifice today for a life most people can't have tomorrow. Everybody wants to be rich, everybody wants to be successful, but how many are willing to give up the things that hold them back? Late nights, distractions, comfort zones. Millionaires don't tell you about the birthdays they missed, the sleep they sacrificed, the years they spent grinding when nobody believed in them. You got to be willing to suffer now so you can live how others can't later. Let's talk about sacrifice. The part of success most people don't want to hear about. See, everybody wants the rewards, the money, the freedom. But how many are willing to give up what's holding them back? The truth is, the life you want is on the other side of the sacrifices you refuse to make. Look around. How many people say they want to be successful, but when it's time to put in the work, they disappear? They want wealth, but they don't want to save. They want health, but they don't want to give up junk food. They want to be great, but they waste hours scrolling on their phones instead of building their future. That's why only a few people make it to the top, because only a few are willing to pay the price. Success demands sacrifice. Every millionaire, every champion, every legend you admire, they all gave something up to get there. They sacrificed late nights out for early mornings of work. They sacrificed comfort for growth. They sacrificed being liked by everyone for staying focused on their vision. So here's the question. What are you willing to sacrifice? Maybe it's time to sacrifice excuses. Stop telling yourself, I don't have time, and start making time. Maybe it's time to sacrifice bad habits, the distractions, the procrastination, the things that are keeping you stuck. Maybe it's time to sacrifice comfort because nothing great comes from staying in the same place. And I get it, sacrifice is hard. But you know what's harder? Waking up 10 years from now, realizing you're still in the same place because you refuse to make the tough choices today. Short-term pain, long-term gain. The pain of discipline lasts a moment, but the pain of regret, that lasts a lifetime. So, are you willing to suffer a little now so you can live like others can't later? Are you willing to put in the work today so that in the future you don't have to worry about bills, stress, or missed opportunities? The people who win in life aren't the ones who had it easy. They're the ones who were willing to do what others wouldn't. So don't ask yourself, what do I want? Ask yourself, what am I willing to give up to get there? Because success isn't about luck. It's about sacrifice. And the choice? That's yours to make. Now go make it. Consistency is louder than talent. Millionaires don't always have the most talent, but they outwork the talented people who refuse to be disciplined. It ain't about being the best today. It's about showing up every day until you become the best. Small habits, daily effort. That's what turns ordinary people into legends. Let me tell you something. Talent means nothing without consistency. Everybody loves to talk about natural talent, who's the smartest, the most gifted, the most talented. But let me ask you this, how many talented people do you know who never made it? Think about it. We all know someone who had potential, someone who could have been great, but they never put in the work. They waited for the perfect moment. They relied on their talent instead of their effort. And now, they're still in the same place while the person who showed up every day passed them by. Because here's the truth. Consistency beats talent every time. Show up no matter what. Success doesn't come from what you do once in a while. It comes from what you do every single day. You want to get in shape? One hard workout won't do it, but showing up at the gym every day will. You want to be successful? One great idea won't make you rich, but putting in consistent work will. You want to be the best at what you do? One lucky break won't get you there, but grinding when nobody's watching will. The difference between the people who win and the people who wish is simple. The wishers show up only when they feel like it. The winners show up no matter what. Stop waiting for motivation. Motivation is a feeling, and feelings fade. One day you're excited, the next day you're tired. You can't rely on that. What you can rely on is discipline, because when you commit to showing up regardless of how you feel, that's when things start to change. That's when you go from being kind of good to being undeniable. Imagine if you worked on your goals every single day, even when you didn't feel like it. Imagine if, instead of stopping when it got hard, you pushed through. Where would you be a year from now? 5 years from now? I'll tell you where. Ahead of the talented people who got lazy. Consistency builds momentum. The hardest part is getting started, but once you do, momentum kicks in. And the more you show up, the easier it gets. At first, it's tough, but then it becomes a habit. Then it becomes second nature. And finally, it becomes who you are. So stop waiting for inspiration. Be consistent, and success will follow. Because at the end of the day, talent is just potential. Consistency is what turns potential into power. Now go put in the work. There are no overnight successes, only years of unseen work. People see the cars, the homes, the success. Well, they don't see the failures, the rejection, the late nights filled with self-doubt. They don't tell you about the years of struggle because they know most people don't want to hear it. But let me tell you this. If you're willing to put in the work when nobody's clapping, one day they'll all be watching. Everybody loves to talk about overnight success. You see someone blow up on social media, make millions, or reach the top of their field, and you think, wow, they got lucky. But what you don't see are the years of unseen work that made it happen. Nobody posts the late nights, the early mornings, the failures, the moments of doubt. Nobody sees the times they wanted to quit but kept going anyway. But that's where success is built. Success isn't a lottery ticket, it's a process. And if you're not willing to put in the time, you'll never get the reward. The hidden grind behind every success story. Take any great athlete, entrepreneur, or artist. They didn't just wake up one day at the top. Michael Jordan got cut from his high school basketball team, but he didn't quit. He trained harder than ever. I didn't land major roles overnight. I spent years honing my craft before Hollywood knew my name. The world's most successful entrepreneurs didn't start out rich. They failed, learned, adapted, and kept going. The truth is, success looks slow in real time, but fast in hindsight. People only see the moment you make it, not the years you spent grinding for it. Are you willing to work in the dark? Most people quit because they don't see instant results. They start a business and after a few months, they're frustrated that they're not making millions. They go to the gym and after 2 weeks, they wonder why they don't have a six-pack. They try something new, fail a few times, and give up. But here's the thing, the results always come last. You don't plant a seed and expect a tree the next day. You don't train for a week and expect to be an expert. But if you keep showing up, keep watering that seed, keep putting in the work, even when nobody sees it, one day people will look at you and call you an overnight success. They won't realize how long it really took. Success belongs to the patient and persistent. So ask yourself, are you willing to keep going, even when there's no applause? Because the ones who win aren't always the smartest, the fastest, or the most talented. They're the ones who refused to stop. Success doesn't happen overnight, but one day, if you stay committed, your moment will come. Now go put in the work. Your mindset is either your greatest weapon or your biggest enemy. Success begins in the mind. If you wake up every day telling yourself you're not good enough, that's exactly what you'll be. But if you wake up and decide, no matter what, I will succeed, then nothing can stop you. Millionaires don't just invest in businesses, they invest in their mindset first. And that's a sacrifice most people aren't willing to make. Success doesn't start with money. It doesn't start with talent. It doesn't even start with opportunity. It starts in your mind. Because before you can achieve anything in life, you have to believe it's possible. The problem is most people lose the battle before they even begin, not because they aren't capable, but because they've already convinced themselves they'll fail. They tell themselves, I'm not smart enough. I don't have the right connections. I'll never be successful. And just like that, they prove themselves right. But let me tell you something. Your mind can either build you up or break you down. It can push you forward or hold you back. The choice is yours. Your thoughts shape your reality. Look at the most successful people in the world. They didn't start out special. They weren't born with some magic ability that made them great. What they had was a mindset that refused to accept defeat. When they faced obstacles, they saw opportunities. When they failed, they didn't say, I guess I'm not good enough. They said, what can I learn? When people doubted them, they didn't listen. They kept going. And that's the difference. They mastered their minds before they mastered their craft. Because if your mind isn't strong, it doesn't matter how much talent or opportunity you have, you'll never take full advantage of it. Change your mind, change your life. So how do you start shifting your mindset? Replace self-doubt with self-discipline. Don't wait to feel confident. Act confident. Stop looking at problems, start looking for solutions. Every challenge is a chance to grow. Feed your mind with positivity. Read books. Listen to motivational content. Surround yourself with people who uplift you. Most importantly, watch the way you speak to yourself. If you keep telling yourself you're not good enough, you'll start to believe it. If you keep focusing on what you don't have, you'll never see what you do have. But if you wake up every day and say, I am capable, I am worthy, I will succeed, your actions will follow. Your mind is your power. So ask yourself, are you using it as a weapon to push forward or as an excuse to stay where you are? Because at the end of the day, success isn't about luck, it's about mindset. And if you master your mind, you can master anything. Now go claim what's yours. Discipline is the rent you pay for greatness. You want to be great? You want to build wealth, legacy, impact? Then understand this greatness has a price, and that price is discipline. That price is sacrifice. Most people ain't willing to pay it, and that's why most people stay average. But if you're still here, still listening, then I know one thing. You were made for more. Now go prove it. Every single day, you are making choices that shape your future. Right now, at this very moment, your future self is watching. 5 years from now, 10 years from now, who will you be? Will you be proud of the decisions you're making today, or will you look back and wish you had done more? Because let me tell you something, the future isn't something that just happens to you, you create it. Every action is a seed for tomorrow. Success doesn't happen overnight, but failure doesn't either. Your future is built in the small daily choices. Wake up early or hit snooze. Work on your goals or waste another day. Push through the hard times or make excuses. At first, it seems like these choices don't matter, but over time, they add up. That's why so many people wake up one day and say, "How did I get here?" They didn't fail all at once. It was a series of small, comfortable choices that led them nowhere. But the good news? You can start making better choices today. Your future self is counting on you. Imagine 5 years from now. What do you see? Are you stronger, smarter, more successful? Or are you stuck in the same place, making the same excuses? If you want to be successful, you have to start acting like that person right now. Not tomorrow, not next week, right now. You want to be in shape? Start today. You want financial freedom? Start saving today. You want to be the best at what you do? Start practicing today. Because what you do today determines who you become tomorrow. Decide who you want to be, then work for it. Your future self is watching. Are they thanking you for the sacrifices you made? Or are they disappointed that you wasted another opportunity? This isn't about luck. This is about the choices you make every single day. So stop waiting, stop hoping, start doing. Because the life you want, it's not waiting for you. It's waiting for you to show up and claim it. Now go make your future proud. So now we know discipline and sacrifice aren't just about working harder. They're about making smarter choices, staying consistent, and understanding the true cost of success. The millionaires don't always tell you the price they paid for their wealth. But now you have a glimpse into that reality. But what do you think? Do you agree with what we uncovered today, or is there something you think millionaires overlook when it comes to discipline? I'd love to hear your thoughts. Drop a comment below and share your perspective. If you're ready to dive deeper into how you can master discipline and sacrifice in your own life, be sure to like this video, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss the insights that will help you grow. Want to know the secret habits of highly successful people? Click on the video right here, and I'll walk you through the daily routines that make all the difference. Don't miss it. You'll want to watch this next.